Hello everyone, welcome to a new MagicaVoxel tutorial. So we are going to talk about how to create a palette specifically for Veloren models. So when you download MagicaVoxel, you have three given palettes. So the palette 0, which is the one we are currently in, the palette 1, palette 2, uh, and the third one is a palette where you can actually customize the colors, so it's completely blank palette. You can still customize the colors on the other palettes. So for example, if I were to take this blue color, go on the bottom left of the software, click on color, you can actually change the way a certain color look. That way you can actually create the colors you want. But if, like me, you struggle a bit to create your own colors, you can actually use a software called Adobe Color. It's actually a website. And you can actually type the name of the material you want. So for example, let's say we want stone. You type stone. And you find a reference image you like with the palette, a palette you like. So let's say this tone is really good, like this color is good. You copy it and you paste it. So you do right click and paste. But let's say we want to have a gradient of the gray color. So we have this other gray color on the website. So this one, we copy it as well. We paste it at the place where we want the size of the gradient to be. So if you want a gradient to be that long, we paste it here. If, let's say, we want it to be that big for some reason, also I discourage you from doing a gradient that big. So yeah, let's say we want to make it there, you paste it. And then using a shortcut called Control Alt and you drag, it will create a gradient. So that gradient is really good because if you want to paint and have some depth in the colors, it becomes really useful to create texture to a material. So another thing you can do if you want to create texture is you go on this magic wand, which is the region select. You can do that by pressing N. You select all the blocks of the colors you want to change, and you select all the colors in which you want it to be. You right click and you click on round, and it will create a texture for the block you want. So right now the texture is a bit too big for Veloren assets, but if I were to take only those three, still too big, so only those two, I guess. Creates a decent texturing effect for the asset. However, I don't recommend using it all the time because sometimes you will want to have a texture that's a bit more organized than just a simple randomizing color. So what I do is I use the paint mode with the voxel mode, and you can color the way you want. So let's say we want to do some kind of crack on this wall, going from one corner to the other, and a smaller one right there. You select the other color, By the way, you can select one color without going in the palette by pressing Alt on the color it represents on the screen. So if I want to change to this color, I press Alt and I click on it, and it will directly switch to it. So yeah, we change to those two, and then we take the other color and we change to those two, and we've created a more organized texturing effect. So a final thing to say about the MagicaVoxel palette is, and this is only for Veloren, do not use the 3 bottom rows when creating a palette, because those, like all those indices, are actually used for special indices in the game. So for example, we have water, we have lightning effects, we have hollow blocks or stuff like this. So do not use the 3 bottom rows when creating your palette. You still have a lot with all of this, so you should have enough if you want to make a big palette. But yeah, do not use the 3 bottom rows. So that's it for this video. Bye.